I know your pass rush move.
Oh shit!
Quit!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where I bring to you some of the best NFL draft prospect content on the web. Now, this guy, some refer to him as a dark horse NFL draft pick. I look at him as one of the best offensive linemen in this year's draft, and here's why. Before I introduce him, let me go over the stats and familiarize yourself with this name and get used to it. He's 6'5", 300 pounds, all man. 2,527 career snaps, 1,294 at left guard, 888 at right guard, 344 at offensive tackle, and last year he didn't give up a single sack. Even though they had some rough games where they weren't able to pull off the victory, he still held his own and was an anchor for that offensive line. And if your offensive line is like many NFL teams that needs the help, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you. Coming to the show today out of Central Michigan University, offensive lineman DEIYANTEI Powell-Woods. How are you today, my friend?
I'm good, Doug, man. I'm just glad to be here, glad to be on here with you, talking to you. I mean, this whole process, man, it's just been an experience.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Well, man, we're going to talk about you as a person, the human being, and also talk about your game. And dude, the draft is literally like 5 weeks away, man. So I know you're excited. I'm excited. And yeah, we're going to get into it today, man.
I bet. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Take us from the beginning. I saw you're from West Virginia originally. Man, what was it like growing up? And when did you first fall in love with the game of football?
So, yeah, I'm from Bluefield, West Virginia originally. You know, don't get it confused with Bluefield, Virginia, because my city splits the state line, actually. So there's a Bluefield, Virginia, and there's Bluefield, West Virginia. I'm the West Virginia side.
Okay.
Just so, because I know a lot of people just say, oh, you're from Virginia. It's like, no, I'm from West Virginia. There's a difference.
Yes.
So, yeah, I would say I fell in love with the game probably pretty early in life. Probably back when I was a little kid, man. I've been playing for a while. Ever since watching NFL games on the couch with my granddad, my dad, and all of them. But I fell in love with the game pretty early on, and then just kept it going from there.
Man, that's awesome, man. Now, when did you first start playing football?
Only like 7, 8 years old when I first started, and I wanted to be like those guys on TV.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And then fast forward, man, you go over to Central Michigan University, was cranked out tons of great offensive linemen throughout the years, man. Tons of great NFL players in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are consistently in the draft, which is great. And you're one of the best players, if not the best player on that team. What led you to Central Michigan originally?
I would say just the opportunity, just for someone to give me a chance, coming out of high school, maybe a smaller school in West Virginia. We were AA class, so it's like middle of the pack. And, in the previous years, we didn't have a whole bunch of guys coming out of there, getting those D1 scholarships, getting those offers, So, I mean, we had guys before me go to schools, small D1s, or not small D1s, small D2s. Some guys walked on at D1s, Marshall or Pitt. So I would look up to a couple of those guys, try to do what they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, early on, it was a bunch of D2 schools. And then what led me to Central was just the atmosphere, the family, when they got in contact with me, they came to see me like that next week. It was probably within like 3 days after they hit me up. And then they flew me out up there the next weekend, man. And then I got to meet a lot of the players, a lot of the teams, see the facility, meet the coaches, the campus. I mean, I just fell in love with it then.
Man, that's awesome. That is awesome, man. Man, growing up and then even kind of where you're at now, are there any NFL players that you model your game after?
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
When Bernard Raymond was here, I would tell him I'd be just like him. Like I swear, dude, like every other day I'd look over at him in the locker room, Bernard, I'm going to be like you one day. I want to be built like you. I want to be like you, locking dudes up. But yeah, him, really the guys I played here with. So it'd be like him, Luke Gadecki. Man had some of like the heaviest hands I've ever felt in my life. That's what I wanted to be right there. between those guys, and then I grew up watching guys like Villanueva, David DeCastro. Like, yeah, dude, I've been watching these guys from since I was little up until now. I'm still watching these guys, trying to model my game after them so I could be like them.
I gotta ask you, man, what goes into your day to day, man? Because 0 sacks, you're gonna bring so much value, right? 0 sacks is amazing. What are some things that you're doing in your day to day to make sure that you keep playing at that same high level? Make sure you protect your quarterback.
Well, actually, before I say that, what's crazy is that I did not know I had that stat. I honestly, swear to God, I did not know I didn't give up any sacks. That's a crazy stat. But day to day, I mean, really, man, it's just the preparation, knowing your opponent, watching that film, studying, because, you're not playing the game that day, but when it's time to play, you got to be ready, right? So it's all goes in the studying, and it goes in the preparation and taking care of your body, getting here, doing the rehab, making sure you stay healthy, eating right, make sure you feel good. So, steady lifting to make sure you're out there strong enough, fast enough. So it's a lot that goes into it that I think most people don't realize because they only see the game on TV.
Give you your flowers and then some. PFF, out of 200 players, they ranked you 35th in as far as your pass blocking grade goes. That is fantastic. And then you had your pro day recently, and man, let's go. Let's break down those numbers, man. Your pro day numbers are very impressive. Obviously, the 40-yard dash, a little on the lower side, 5.5. However, your 20-yard split was 3.01. 10 split was 1.75. Shuttle was 4.75, and the 3-cone was 7.52. And then your vertical, you got 31 inches as well, too, man. So you got elite explosion, man. And plus, not to mention what you put out on tape ultimately is really the most important thing. You know what I mean? We've seen Jarvis Landry, obviously at the end of his career now, but I know he's a receiver, but man, that dude had a 4.7 and went in the second round and crushed it for the Dolphins and a few other teams, So we've seen guys like, that's just one stat, but man, like the whole story about you is that, man, you're explosive. You're a protector. You're also a team captain, right? So you have the personality. I can't say how many times I've interviewed a person and you hear about like character issues, man. That's definitely not you, man. But talk to me about your pro day experience, man. What was that like?
Pro day, I say it was a really good day, man. It's something that you train all your life for. I mean, ever since the first time you put those pads on and you got that dream of going to the league, it's one of those things that you work towards. And then by the end of your last season, it's that time, right? It's that time to get right, get your numbers right, get your strength right. So, yeah, pro day overall, it was really good. I was really impressed with how you said the explosive things, the broad jump, the vertical. Jumped higher than I thought. 31. I surprised myself with that, honestly.
Yeah. Of course, you get selected to the Tropical Bowl, man. As some of college football's elites, they're trying to put their name out there even more. You know what I mean? And speaking with your agent, you were begging for more reps. Oh, nobody wants to play left tackle? You were showing up. Like, so y'all need a snapper? You only have a history of that like that? You still would go out there, man, and then you have a history of playing up and down throughout that entire line, which is, again, no injury history, no sacks last year. You played a lot of consecutive snaps in a row all throughout the line. Started for, I think it was like 3 seasons in a row, I believe it was. So you have this energy to keep going. What motivates you in life, man?
I would say, well, obviously, one, it breed my family. I would say probably where I grew up, and then the people you grow up around and you grow up with, and then those people that come after you. Because I got 5 siblings, man. I'm the oldest, so I already knew like I had to be the role model. I can't be out here doing some crazy stuff. I gotta, be the example, set the standard. So that's what motivates me is. My brothers, my sister, my mom, my dad, my grandmas, all my family, And then even those kids that are coming after me, you know, at my high school, or those kids that are playing, you know, just in my city, anywhere, you know, those guys that look up to me, you know, I can go back home anytime and walk up to my high school, and dude, I get stopped walking down the hallway so many times. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I saw you on TV.
Yeah, dude, it's something like that. And yeah, how you mentioned that I was asking for more reps. I was down at the Tropical Bowl, and it just seemed like me and one other guy were the only guys like really willing to get out there and play left tackle. So I was, you know, you mentioned it earlier. I had all those snaps at guard. You know, I'll probably be a guard at the next level. I've been a guard for most of my career at college, but you know, I had those tackle reps. So getting out there and playing tackle, it wasn't nothing new to me, you know. And plus, it was a way for me to show my versatility, you know, playing left guard, right guard. I went out to the Tropical, left tackle, right tackle. You know, it doesn't really matter to me where I play as long as I can get in and get those reps. And then even at the pro day, how I went through, you know, did all the number stuff, and then we got to the positional drills, and I got done with the positional drills, and the guy tells me, he's like, "All right, that's it." And I look at him, I'm like, "That's it? That's all?"
Yeah.
I've been training for a long time for this. Can we keep going? Like, I think I want more than 5 minutes, man.
Yeah.
So he let me do a couple more. He let me go a little longer, but I didn't want to take up all their time, you know.
Hey, man, get it. You did nothing wrong, man. So that's great. You know, some guys, you know, they kind of, when they're around other people, they kind of, you know, cower up, or they freeze up, or they get kind of out of character, man. And like, you rose to the occasion, which is dope. Like, hey, I'm here. Get used to it.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm here now. Let's do it. Let's go.
Exactly, man. Talk about some of the names that you guys play quite a bit of big schools over at Central Michigan. Are there any names you recall that you've went up that you were able to win some of those battles in the college football level?
I would say our opponent is faceless. It was never about our opponent. It was about us, how we would do. So, were there some good guys out there? Heck yeah, man. There's some heck talent out there, but I wasn't too much focused on them more as I was focused on my game.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. And then out of your career, I mean, you've been playing football since grade school, pretty much. You know, what was your aha moment? Where you realize, like, man, I'm not your average football player, man. One day I could potentially go NFL, man. What was that moment for you?
2021 season where we were fresh off of COVID. It was a good season for us too. We went like 8-4. We won the Sun Bowl, but I think that season right there was like really eye opening because we had, you know, I had seen a couple guys from here get picked up to the league. So at that point, I'm like, all right, it's for sure possible. And then I play on the line right next to Bernard Raymond and right next to Luke Hideki, like playing beside both of those guys, like multiple snaps. I mean, and then seeing both those guys get picked up, it's like, man, it's like I might really be able to do this. Like, I might can do this, dude.
You got a few nicknames, man. They call you Dub. They call you Mr. Smiles. Are there any other nicknames we don't know about? And then also, how did you get those nicknames?
Oh man, dude, I've had so many nicknames, and if I go back home, it's usually like D, P, Big P, you know, because my last name Powell, you know, Big P. Yeah. I come up here, it used to be Big Country. I've had West Virginia, Moonshine, Dub, Mr. Smiles. That's the newest one. Yeah, dude, I've rolled through the nicknames, man.
And then you and I were talking before we started recording, man, about our little furry friends, man. Tell us about your Chihuahua, man, and what your dog means to you, man.
Yeah, so I got this little Chihuahua. She's a little brown, white. She's a little short hair. Her name is Nezuko, Nezuko. Yeah, that's pretty cool. No, dude, she means a lot to me. You know, every time we were gone for a game, honestly, anytime I'm gone from the house in general, it's like, man, I wonder what the dog's doing.
Yeah,
man, I wonder what the dog's thinking about right now. It's like, man, I hope the dog's not tearing something up right now. All those thoughts, man. I'm constantly thinking about her. She does mean a lot to me, dude. She goes everywhere with me. Like, granted, unless I'm coming to like football or something. Like if I go out to the field or the park or something, she's with me right there.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. Now with the draft, just a few weeks away, man. Um, Man, it's grind time. Like, you got your pro day that happened, and what I love about these pro days, a lot of times we have guys like you who are even more hungry than the guys who went to the combine. You know what I mean? Like, you're really getting it out the mud, man, and then you're showing up to play and doing everything that you're supposed to. Once your name is called, no matter what round or UDFA, wherever it is that you may fall, I got to take and ask you, man, what are some of your goals year one in the NFL?
Year one, I just want to make the team.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, what more could you ask for in your first year? I just want to make the team. I just want to be on that 53 man. I just want the opportunity. I just want to be given a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all you can ask for is the chance for me to get out there and, show the guys. I'm willing to do what it takes. I'm willing to put in the effort, put in the time, the work. I'm willing to play wherever it may be, whether it be left tackle to right tackle, all 5 spots. I don't have a on-field center experience. I've seen off the field, some practice center, not in game. But, man, I just want the chance, Put me in there. I don't care where you put me. Just put me in there and let me play. I just want to play.
I love that about you, man. It's dope, man. Like, you're really hungry for it, man, and you can see it in your speech, man, and also how you carry yourself. Again, they had to take you out. They had to give you additional reps, so you were asking for it, right? So you're super hungry like that. I like that a lot. Obviously, you've done a few interviews, a few different platforms, man. I got to ask you, what is something you want NFL teams to know about you that perhaps they may not know already?
I have pretty good balance for my position. You can watch a lot of guys out here and their technique will be off and they're off center and they fall over and all this type of stuff. I think a key part of my game, which allows me to play with, that aggressiveness, that violence, the explosiveness, those heavy hands comes from my balance. I feel like I have pretty good balance. I've been in some bad positions, in mid block and been able to recover from them pretty well, I believe. So I feel like that's a really, really big part of my game, a big key to me that maybe not everyone can say they have, one of those guys that teammates are able to count on. Anytime one of my teammates calls me, needs something, I'm there. I'm going to help with whatever. I'm not doing nothing. I'll come help you. It's not like it's taking up time of my day. I'll go find something to do. Man, either that, I'll pretty much live in the facility. I mean, I know I'm done with college football now, but I think I'm still living in the facility more than some of the college guys.
Yeah.
No knock to them, it's whatever. But, man, I'm here. That's what I want to know. I'm here. I'm available. I'm ready. I just want the chance, the opportunity, man.
Yeah. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And what I love about your story, man, you're humble, you're hungry. Look, like, no injury history. You're doing something right. The tape don't lie. 3 years of starting, so there's buttloads of tape on you. You ranked 35th out of 200 in PFF. You tested very well the pro day. Outside that 40, man, like, your explosion is there. Like, you're a violent technique type. I'm in the trenches fighting for a first down with your running backs and everything, every type of down kind of guy. So, man, I'm excited for you. And NFL scouts, NFL teams watching, doing research on this, man, go get your guy. Go get your guy. That being said, Deontei, man, Mr. Smiles, man, I want to thank you so much for coming by the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to comment below. Let us know how this interview made you feel. Also, as well, I have all his social media stuff down below, Twitter, Instagram. That's going to be in the description of this video. And before we go, Deontei, any shout outs, man?
Man, let me give a shout out to my family, of course. Since we talked about it earlier, let me give a shout out to my dog. I mean, why not? All the coaches from since I was in Pee Wee up until now, to the strength staff, the coach staff working here at Central, man, every one of them. All my community support, from back home. I know I see those guys keep up with me on Facebook and all that, man. So I just appreciate the love, appreciate the support. I mean, it's really all I can ask for, man.
Love it, love it. Shout out to Jason Ross for setting this up, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jason. Shout out to my agent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, comment below. We'll see you guys next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. That's the man underneath the helmet, DeIyantei Powell-Woods. See you next time. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.